Okay, so now we are going to make falafel, and it's a delicious and power-packed Middle Eastern snack. For the falafel, we need chickpeas again, but these chickpeas have been soaked for around 14 hours.
Okay.
I just soak them, wash them, and soak them in normal water for up to 40. I soaked them yesterday, last night. So, see, I can break them with my hands, with my fingers.
Mm.
Okay. So, we need these chickpeas. And along with these chickpeas, we are going to flavor these chickpeas with coriander leaves, some onions. I'm going to chop them right away, and some garlic, and along with the other herbs. So we are going, I've taken 2 onions. And these have to be very roughly chopped. So probably this is the worst thing to be done in a kitchen while cooking, because it always brings tears to my eyes. Just make sure to remove the roots. And now I'm just going to roughly put them in the grinder. Don't bother about the shape, just chop them roughly because they are going to be ground anyway. Then another small onion. I'm going to use half of it. So these are the red onions that I'm using here. They are very, very pungent in flavor, these red onions. Not only do they make you cry, bring tear to your eyes, make your eyes water, but they also have a very pungent taste. So instead of 2, I'm going to use 1.5. Just remove this skin. Now this recipe calls for a lot of coriander. Once we make these falafel, then you realize that when you tear them apart, they are green in color from the inside.
Okay.
2 large handfuls of coriander has gone in. Garlic. Again, I'm going to chop the garlic because this is big and hard. This needs to be chopped.
You like your garlic, don't you?
I love it. Ray, you've caught on to my biggest weakness. I have garlic salt, I have garlic butter, I use garlic oil, everything garlic. We must do a session on everything garlic.
Yes.
So now I'm adding the chickpeas. I'll be adding around 1.5 cup. And a little bit of the water in which they were soaked. Very little,
Okay.
just to make the grinder move. Now I'm going to season it with some salt, red chili powder, cumin powder, this is around 1 tablespoon of coriander powder. Coriander seeds have been powdered. I'm adding 1 tablespoon, and I'm adding around 3 green chilies, but you can add or subtract according to your tolerance for heat.
Okay.
So I'm going to add 3. A little bit more liquid perhaps. And now I'm going to grind them. Meanwhile, while I'm grinding this, I have already put the oil on heat so that as soon as we are done grinding the falafel mixture, we can dive right into making these balls. So the action has moved towards the mixer grinder. I can add a few more chickpeas. So I'm just going to add 2-3 more tablespoons. This is what it looks like. Let's check. So this is the consistency that we're looking for. It is
Okay.
not too fine. It is required to be a little coarse.
Okay.
Yeah. Now this is perfect. I'm going to empty this out in a bowl. You would want to scrape off all the sides properly of your grinder and make sure you get every last bit of it. I firmly believe in waste not, want not.
Quite
So
right.
let's not waste food. So I always try to get every last bit of it. Okay, we're done. Quickly, let me just clean up my countertop. This is what the mixture looks like. Now, ideally, I should be popping it into the fridge for about an hour,
Okay.
and that is going to, settle the mixture down. But since we do not have that kind of time right now, I'm going to start making the falafels right away.
Okay.
So when you're in a rush and you cannot pop it into the fridge, then you can add a slice of bread, or you
Oh,
can add, yes, a little bit of besan or chickpea powder to it.
okay.
So I'll just add some chickpea powder to it.
But if you were able to put it in the fridge for an hour, would you not add these other ingredients?
I'm sorry, come again, Ray.
If you weren't able to put it in the fridge for an hour,
Yeah,
or if you did, would you not need to add these other ingredients?
no, no.
Okay.
If I have the time to uh, put these in the fridge, I'm just going to add a little bit of chickpea powder to it. This is going to help me to bind it.
Okay.
That's it. If I pop it into the fridge, then of course this is going to settle down on its own.
I see.
When you pop something into the refrigerator, that becomes dry because the air inside it acts as an agent of dehydration.
Okay.
I'm just going to mix it well. Make sure that there are no lumps formed.
So your advice is always to take your time to get it absolutely right. No
Yeah,
hurry.
no hurry. Now I have this piece
Sorry,
of red chili, which I'm just going to discard because this is a very large piece.
when you say
So,
no hurry, it's an ideal situation, right?
yeah,
People like me, I'm always in a rush. So
if you're always in a rush, then please use besan or chickpea powder.
because it
Just
doesn't.
about 1 tablespoon, and that's it.
All right, thank you.
Now you've got to mix it well. See, I still have some bits of chickpeas which were not browned,
Okay.
but that's quite okay. I'm just going to use my hands, my fingers, and just
Crush them.
tear them apart. Yeah. So this is how the texture should be. Now you can shape it into, our dough is ready. Now you can shape it into any kind of shape that you like. So this is popular in a lot of countries, but every country uses a different shape. You can make a ball, you can make a flattish ball, absolutely round. You can even shape it with 2 spoons and make a quenelle out of it. So
Okay.
it really depends.
That's interesting. So when you see different shapes in different countries, it's still
Yeah,
probably made the same way.
it's made absolutely the same way. I'm just going to check the oil, whether it's ready or not. It is, but I'll give it another minute to heat up. Meanwhile, I would just like to show you. I'm going to add some water to this dish. I'm going to wet my palms and shape the falafel
Okay.
like this. I'm just going to wet my palm.
Okay.
I'm going to put it here. Some people also use molds to shape the falafels.
Yeah.
I don't think they are required because even if you just take a lump like this, if you're not able to shape it, then you can just take a lump and drop it into the oil, and this
Yeah.
is just going to taste as good,
Yeah.
not more. So I would not worry too much about the shape.
No.
And you can make them as big or as small as you like.
Yeah.
Look at how these are coming along.
I quite like it when the shape is a bit random.
Yeah. This also needs a little bit of baking powder. Wait. I'm adding a little bit of baking powder to it. It's about, I've added half a teaspoon of baking powder. Why do we add the baking powder? It's simply because we want these falafels to be very light and airy.
Right.
And to make them look prettier, I'm also going to sprinkle some sesame seeds on top.
Okay.
So here are these falafels, and I'm just going to add some sesame seeds and press them down a little. Not too much, just a little.
Right.
We'll shape some more.
If you make them into a flatter shape, so there's a bigger surface area, do they become more
Yes,
crispy?
yes, they do. But then again, Ray, it really depends on how you like them.
Yeah. I like them crispy.
Okay.
Wow.
Now we are frying them on low heat so that they don't remain raw from inside.
They brown very quickly.
Yeah. I've removed it to a paper towel.
Very good. So you really don't want to overcook them at this stage.
Yeah, you just have to wait for them to cook thoroughly. One very important thing to note here is that hummus and falafel and the pickle, the meal that we are churning out today is completely gluten free
Oh,
and vegan as well. So these are the falafels. We'll make some more.
they look gorgeous.
Thank you. We'll make some more. Yeah.
That's interesting. So you never put too many in at the same time. You just need to be patient.
Yes. So if I was off the camera, I would probably put in two more along with it. Like
Okay.
this is a big wok, so this can handle around 7 or 8 of them.
Okay.
But I've fried only 5.
Okay.
If we crowd them, they tend to stick together
Yeah.
and they might burst open. And when you're deep frying, you need to manipulate the heat. So look how they've swollen up.
Yeah.
They've become airy. Now let me just break open one and show it to you. It's fully
Oh,
cooked from inside and it's green.
beautiful.
I need to check the salt. Mm, it's perfect. So good.
Okay, this is really unfair. I
I
want
know.
some.
I'm so sorry for that. I wish there was some way I could send these to you. Look at how pretty they're looking.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make it more. Now we are simply going to plate everything. Let me just remove the oil. And I'll remove the induction.
You know, before you said that, I've been eating falafel for years, but I didn't know they were vegan and gluten-free.
Yes. We have not used any plant source in them. There is, I'm so sorry. We have not used any animal source
Right.
food in them. Everything is plant-based. We have chickpeas, garlic, coriander leaves, onions, and fried in vegetable oil.
Perfect.
If we would have used ghee, then it would have ceased to be vegan. And since chickpeas don't have any gluten, so this is gluten-free, vegan, vegetarian. So it checks all the points.
Yeah.
I'm going to serve the falafels with the pickle like it should be done.
Okay, that's fine. Falafel with
Yeah, it should always be in a flat dish.
okay. Manu, you may need to move your camera slightly.
I'm
because
so sorry. One second.
Thank you.
So again, we need to put a dash of olive oil here because hummus is always incomplete without it.
Mm.
Some cumin powder, some parsley, some red chili powder. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have any more boiled chickpeas. No, I do. Wait. I do. I do.
I like the sesame seeds on top of that.
Yeah.
Looks beautiful.
I know. And
And
cruel.
I wish
the-
I could simply parcel it and send it to you guys.
I
Right.
know it's not fair, but
Yeah,
we'll forgive you.
life isn't fair, Ray. We just need to get to what we're supposed to.
Yeah,
I know. Thank you. It's just
true.
wonderful.
Thank you so
Again.
much for having me, guys.